Hey, Nick Deckard here with another property overview for you on this lovely Saturday. So with this one, I wanted to cover what is one of the most common properties across the island. That is the 3-bed, 2-bath duplex. Now, as you know, inventory is super low. There are only less than 20 3-bed, 2-baths out there on the market currently. So there's a big range that I'm going to show you here in a second, but I want to show you what my personal favorite is, blends together the perfect combination of price, rental income, and location. Let's check it out. So I have here on my screen all 19 3-bed, 2-bath units out there on the market currently. Just wanted to show you the range in prices and kind of what we're dealing with here when looking at different possibilities. So we have a low point of about 550K. Now that is at 919 Pleasure. It's far from the beach, right near the bridge, which could be a good thing if you like to walk the bridge, like to get in and out quickly. But there's a fit for everybody on this list, right? Everybody's got their own criteria. So if you're looking for price over everything else and you're a price conscious buyer, that is going to far and away be among your top choices in this category. Now, as you can see, we start to bump up rather quickly until we hit the pinnacle all the way at the other end of the spectrum at $1,045,000. That is a first floor lagoon front 3-bed, 2-bath. So there's quite a range here. Now, the one that I want to talk you through is going to be this one here at 1925 Asbury. So let's take a look at the pictures. I'll talk you through the details and we will go from there. Now, when we talk about 3-bedroom, 2-baths, people have their preference, right? Whether you want to be on the first floor or the second floor, or in some cases, the third floor. So really, we're talking about top or bottom floor more often than not. This is a second floor / top floor unit on the ocean side of Asbury. Now, if you're not familiar with the different little pockets of town, this is in the middle of everything. You're close enough to walk or bike to downtown Asbury. You're close enough definitely to walk to the beach. It's a very, very easy walk from here. And you are just in the perfect blend of quiet and near enough to the heart of Ocean City. So you can pick your poison, right? If you have younger kids, older kids, if you have parents, cousins, whatever age, this property has the ability to fit your needs. And if you're considering this or whatever property you're going to buy for an investment, or you're looking to make sure that it has substantial rental income, this is a cash cow. Now, for the upcoming season, there's already over $40,000 of rentals booked, with the potential for much more than that. It could go upwards of $50,000, especially if you don't use it yourself. Now, this is a pet-friendly rental, so there are pet fees that come in addition to that. So really, when you take all that into consideration at the price point it is for the potential income, normally in this price point, you're lucky if you can pull off $30,000 a season. So this has that going for it in leaps and bounds. Now, in terms of the interior, the quality of everything, let's take a look through some of these pictures, because there were some updates done very, very recently, including the bathrooms, I should say, plural. Now, this is a totally clean unit, right? There are upgrades. There are a lot of things to like here. The granite countertops, I could go on and on about the list of individual features, but let me talk you through exactly why I, again, chose this above all else. Number one, it's the location above anything for me. Number two, you have the financials actually making sense, unlike a lot of properties out there right now. Number three, let's find a picture of the deck here, because it's a spacious front deck where you can fit a substantial amount of people out there at any given point in time. So this truly is an extension of your living space. And in a lot of these, and I know a couple others on the market that I was teetering on choosing for this, one in particular down at 3729 Asbury, has a very cramped front porch, has not much outside space. So not only does this have a nice sized front porch, but when we get to the back deck, which I will show you from the back here, what's super unique, I was out here when I did show this a couple of weeks back, is you're at a different level. And this might sound silly, but if you stayed at a place in Ocean City like this, or if you have one or have owned one in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about. So when you're on a different level than others around you, as you can see here off to the right, it feels substantially more private than it actually is, versus a lot of the cookie cutter blocks where everything is exactly next to each other. You feel that kind of pressure that if your neighbor comes outside, you're going to be rude or awkward if you don't acknowledge them and say hi or good morning or whatever the case is. But sometimes You just want to sit out there and relax and read a book or have some coffee and not have to get into the small talk aspect that often happens on these decks. So as you can also see from back here, the one limiting factor is there is no garage. And again, that's become a hot commodity in recent months and years, but there is a pretty substantial storage unit over here. Now, the AC is newer. Again, the bathrooms were updated. Everything is in great shape. So all things considered, out here at 809,000, I think that this one is worth keeping on your short list if you're looking for a 3-bed and 2-bath here for the 2022 season. Now, one other note, again, knowing that the majority of the summer is already booked up with rentals, you may be thinking to yourself, well, I don't want to buy something that I'm not going to be able to use this year. I want to give you a short anecdote about a client that I helped to buy about a year and a half ago at this point when they initially went under contract. So they had the foresight. They had a feeling that the market was going to continue going, and they ended up purchasing a place that actually had a yearly tenant in there for roughly another year and a half. So they knew coming into the summer of 2021, they weren't going to get to set foot in the place. Well, guess what? Because of the income that they had coming from that tenant, they decided it would be absolutely no sweat to just go and rent for the 1 week that they would be coming down in the summer anyway. It feels a little bit weird, I know, to own a place that you can't stay in for your vacation and you have to rent somewhere else. But all things considered, if you're able to offset pretty much all of the cost, if not more than, you would incur by carrying this property through the summer until the fall, you will end up reaping the rewards of that, and it will pay dividends in the long run. So that's enough about this one. Again, this is my favorite of the 19 out there at the moment. If you have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments or reach out directly. My contact information is always in the description of these videos. If you want to check these pictures out for yourself, click the first link down in the description as well. It will take you to my website where I don't collect your information because I am not in the business of chasing anybody or hounding you when you just want to take a look. So that's it. I appreciate you checking this one out, and I will see you on the next video.